Bill, I've always been fascinated with actors' earliest experiences. A lot of actors, Dustin Hoffman, a lot of people start out doing TV commercials. Now, is that something that you ever considered doing?
No, I never did any TV commercials whatsoever. I don't know what it was. It wasn't like I was a snob about it or anything like that. I was just always very serious about my study and everything like that. And when it came down to the commercials, I mean, first of all, when I was very young, I tried to be open-minded about it. I went to a class. I said, well, let me try to learn what I was doing. And I'm like, I could have had a V8. I'm like Marlon Brando doing it. I was like terrible. So, I just decided that it wasn't for me, and I always really, really kept away from it.
Last year I did a piece on screen villains. I spoke to people like Lance Henriksen, Tony Goldwyn from Ghost, a variety of people. They all seem to have that one really bizarre fan encounter that ties into one of their movies. And what kind of unusual reactions have you had for your screen villain personas?
Well, I don't know. I haven't done one of these guys in a few years. I've been purposely keeping away from them. But, I always have really interesting experiences with them. Like, I'm just filming in New York, like last week, and people come by and you hear them yelling out of the truck, Richie! Hey, Richie! And that was, of course, from the one I did with Steven Seagal, Out for Justice. And it's really funny. People relate to you like that. I heard a kid on the street a couple weeks ago. He looked at another kid and he said, watch it. He said, watch it, man. He said, I'm going to come over there and do a Richie on you. And I'm like, oh. It was, so, but as far as, I usually have good experiences with people. Of course, I've had, every once in a while, I have a very unusual one, some person like drift over and, hey man, how you doing? You don't look so tough. You get that, and I'm like, oh, okay. I'm an actor. Don't hurt me. Yeah.
Well, a movie of yours that's not really all that well known, The Water Dance. I remember seeing that on video. Helen Hunt, Wesley Snipes, yourself. A wonderful movie about these people in wheelchairs.
Right.
How many eyes in Hollywood did that open for you?
At the time, I think most of Hollywood was aware of the film, and and I got really good reviews from it, and nominated for the Independent, the Spirit Award and all that, and it did a good thing. But because, especially at that time, I would look so physically. I mean, that one I just let it all hang, for that character and everything. And particularly in that particular era, I guess, of my career, I would change again to something else, and I wasn't sure people were putting two and two together. I mean, I think they are now, but at the time, I don't think they were. But Water Dance is a film I'm extremely proud of. It was done for all the right reasons. It's a movie of the heart.
Well, turning to Firestorm, I have a deep fear of fire. I've been on a couple of forest fire stories, and I just couldn't wait to get out of there. Were there any scenes here that gave you cause for concern?
Well, we were very prepared. In the course of the average day, we had our drills, our routines, what would happen if something went wrong, and nothing ever did. So I never really, although the film creates an illusion that any minute we could all burn to a crisp, I felt safe the entire time we were working.
Now, Howie Long, a lot of, he's a person not known for doing a lot of films, and he's surrounded with a lot of very experienced actors. How receptive was he to getting advice? And
well, he was completely. Howie, you always wonder what a person is going to be like. I knew Howie from the NFL. I was a fan, and you always wonder what a person is going to be like. The minute I met Howie, I was at ease, because he was very down to earth, very humble, very open. He did his homework. He knew us. He knew my work. He knew everyone, and as far as working went, it was very smooth. I felt instantaneously, like a friend, and that makes for a really good work environment.
Was it funny to watch how people reacted to him on the set?
I don't, no. I don't really notice. Once you're on a set working, it's kind of funny. There's no time for anything except like doing the thing. Howie obviously carries. He's a big man, and he carries like a big image. But he's such a mensch that you don't notice anything like that. He's the nicest guy in the world, Howie. You always wonder, but he is.